Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. This time we will study Adhyatmopanishad. This Upanishad is attributed like Ishavasya Upanishad, which begins with the same Shanti part. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. As we all have been studying for years and years and years and years together, this mantra we have heard for 100 million times. And what is the meaning of this mantra? Whenever this mantra is chanted, thank God, lecture is over. See, Shanti part are of different types. In one Shanti part, one type of Shanti part, we pray to the Lord. Like we say, Bhadram Karnevi Shriyama Deva Bhadram Pashyema Chaviryajatraha. O Lord, may we see auspicious, may we hear auspicious, etc. Some places we ask for protection from the Lord. Swastina Indro Ruddha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha. Some places we declare our commitment. Om Sahanavatu Sahanovrantu Sahaviryam Daravavai. Commitment is there. And in some Shanti part, the truth is revealed right in the beginning. The Shanti part is nothing but the truth spoken of in its entirety, and the subsequent mantras of the Upanishad, they are nothing but the expansion or the dilatation of this one mantra. So here, this is this last type of Shanti Mantra. Om, we are invoking the Lord in our heart as well as in our mind, both the places. In our heart means with full involvement. In our mind means not only emotionally but also with full readiness to comprehend. Both heart and the intellect must be united together when we study scriptures. So Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam. See, when we say there is a person whose name is Guptaji. So Guptaji is his name, and he can be called by two different names. If he is in the office, he is called as Officer Guptaji. And he is at home, he is called as Mr. Guptaji. So by these two addresses, Officer and Mr., Guptaji has not become two, it is the same. But because of the Upadhi, the one person is referred in two different ways. Like the father and the son. The same man with the reference of the conditioning of the father is referred as son, and with that of the son's conditioning is referred as father. In the same manner, Purnam, Purnam. See how many times this word has come here. Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate, 6 times. So there is only one reality, which is Purna, infinite. And an infinite reality is referred as Purnam Adaha, Adas. Adas means that Paramatma, that Brahman is infinite. Why that? Because it is far away, we don't know where the God is above the clouds. So we have normally recognized the God's presence parokshataha, by only hearing in the scriptures or listening from somebody or studying in the scripture. the God is far above everything. Purnamudashakam. He is the cause of everything. So above everything. Cause is above the effects. So he is above everything. Purnamadaha. Purnamidam, that God who is far away, paroksha, etc. The same God is idam, what we are experiencing, pratyakshata. See, these are the three experiences. If you remember in Aparoksha Anubhuti, we have spoken of these three experiences. One experience is paroksha. Paroksha means we have heard from somewhere, some study of scriptures about the Lord or the infinite Brahman and accepted it. It is called as paroksha jnana. Second is pratyaksha jnanam, the knowledge which is gathered through our sense organs and it can be shown. See, this is what it is. Etadvaita. So Purnamadaha paroksha. Purnam idam pratyaksha. That means that which is unknown to us as the cause, the same Paramatma is available in front of you directly in and through all your experiences. So this is also Paramatma and that you have heard in the satsang, that is also Paramatma. So on one Paramatma, these two conditionings are superimposed. One conditioning is that of parokshata and second conditioning is that of pratyakshata. That means whatever we are in the divine. Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Now why this is so? Because Purnamudachyate. If the ornaments are made out of gold, then in those ornaments, in addition to the name, form and the utility, gold alone will remain. In the same manner, that which we have heard of, parokshata, the same Paramatma is also now clothed with name, form and utility. And in this manner, when we remove the conditioning, which conditioning? Others and idam. That and this. When that and this is removed, the truth alone remains. This is what is the Upadesh of Tattvamasi Mahavakya. In Tattvamasi Mahavakya, the same thing is done. What is the meaning of Tat? What is the meaning of Tvam? So, Tat means that which is the cause of this world, the efficient cause. That means that which is the material cause of this world. Therefore, the Jagad Yonihi. So the Paramatma is simultaneously the efficient and material cause of this world. Therefore, he is called as Tat. And Tvam is the Jiva who is supported by the conditioning of the Panchakoshas. So when these two conditionings are rejected, the Panchakoshas conditioning Tvam Pada is rejected and Tat Pada, the Nam and Rupa, the name and the form of the world, and the Creator, Sarvagya, Sarvashaktiman, when that is rejected, what remains is only one absolute reality. That this Mahamantra is indicating that particular Mahavakya. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Now see what will happen. In Ishavasyopanishad, the first mantra also echoes the same understanding. After the mantra is over, Shanti Part, then the first mantra is Om Ishavasyavidam Sarvam. Idam Sarvam, all that is known is nothing but permeated by the Isha, the God, the Paramatma. Now when we look at the world as the Paramatma, the God, Tena Tyaktena Vandita, we will immediately stop indulging and taking the world as a place of indulgence. See? Therefore, with this understanding alone, dispassion can come. Dispassion born out of compulsion and dispassion born out of wisdom has got a different texture. This dispassion born out of compulsion is like the giving up of sugar because of the diabetes. And dispassion born out of wisdom is, no, I don't want to eat because I have to have control over my mind. So in this manner, when the vision changes, what I was thinking and looking at the world as a place of intelligence, no, it is no more a place of intelligence, but Ishavasyavidam Sarvam, it is all permeated by the divine presence. Immediately the Bhoga Bhavana disappears and the Seva Bhav begins. The same thing it is said here, Purnamadaha Purnamidam, Purnat Purnamudachyate. So when we are able to see the divine presence in the world, our vision is correct. But when we are looking at the God and calling it as a world, then we become samsara. So these are the two different visions for the wise and the otherwise. The wise man looks at the world and recognizes it as God, and the other wise man looks at the God and calls it as a world. Therefore, Purnat Purnamudachyate, then Purnasya Purnamadaya. And when we are able to recognize the divine presence, the infinite reality in this objective world and the subjective experiences, then Purnam Eva Avashishyate. So when this way attention is not on the Upadhi, attention is on the substratum, which is supporting all the conditioning. So what is said here in this Upanishad now? In this Upanishad, the technique used is called as Adhyaropa Apavadabhyam Ayam Upadeshaha. By the technique of superimposition and superimposition, the truth is presented to us. See, the rule is the unknown is indicated with the reference of the known. This is a simple rule. We all follow it in life. Like if you don't know somebody, who is this gentleman? He is Mr. Gupta. See, Gupta is a common noun, man. What is this Gupta? Do you know that Mr. Kapoor? Yes. I know that Kapoor very well. He is his son-in-law. Oh, thank God you told me. I should be careful about it. So, Kapoor I know because he has already burnt me into ashes. Now he is his son-in-law. I should be more careful. So, the unknown is indicated with reference to the known. What is known to us? The world is known. What is known to us? The God somewhere residing above the clouds is known. But we have not recognized the divine as our own presence. Therefore, this first of all, the superimposition is taken and then it is de-superimposed. So when the de-superimposition happens, the truth is revealed. Therefore, Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. And when we discover this truth, then what happens? Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace can be only if there is no other. Dvitiyatvai bhayam bhavati, Adhyatmopanishad says. Whenever there is the second, someone other, the following things start happening. One is the desire, second is the anger, third is the greed, fourth is the fear. And what is samsara? Samsara is nothing but desire, anger, greed and fear. And what is heaven? Heaven is that where there is freedom from fear of old age and death, freedom from the fear of hunger and thirst, freedom from the fear of shoka, moha, the delusion and grief. So the whole spiritual practice is coming to an experience of fearless existence. Purnameva Avashishyate. Unless we come to this point, we are far away from the truth. And therefore, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, all the types of fears disappear if we come to recognize our essential nature. See? So which are the fears in these three Shanti which are negated? First is the fear with reference to the gross body. So what is the Shanti, the peace with the gross body? Let our body be available to us whenever it is required for whatever number of time. or ours. Second fear or the Shanti is with reference to our subtle body or the mind. Let our mind be available to us whenever it is required. Normally what happens? We are somewhere, our mind is somewhere. And the third Shanti is let the wrong notions disappear. The wrong notion is the causal body, Karan Sharira. So the three Shantis are for the three bodies. Gross body, let it remain healthy doesn't mean a gundagardi. Healthy means the body is available to us whenever we want. The body is not available to us only when we are under the influence of Nidra, Alasya and Pramad. Excessive sleep, laziness and repeating the same mistake again and again. Such a person is a dull-witted one. He may do anything or she may do anything, whatever sincerity, it is all falling on the stone. It can never be absorbed. Because life is not lived intelligently. This is what happens with many seekers. They are very sincere, but their sincerity is dumb type. Like Bhagwan Shankaracharya had a Rudraksha Mala. It remained as a Rudraksha Mala even after he left the body. But if you take his disciples, the great ones, therefore unless we become extremely alert, then are we leading our life mechanically? See? Therefore, the real Shanti, the third Shanti is the notions. We have to correct our notions. The first notion is with reference to our identity. The second notion is about the world. The third notion is about the God. And the fourth notion is about the spiritual practice. And if we are unable to drop our wrong notions, nobody can help us. And we can drop our wrong notions if we want. Nobody can make us do that. With this Shanti part, we enter this Adhyatmopanishad. You may get it tomorrow after that girl comes. See, the first mantra is very small, you can see here. I will read this mantra and after I complete reading the mantra, then you repeat. Antasharire nihito guhayam aja eko nityamasya prithvi shariram ya prithvim antare sancharam ya prithvim naveda yasyapashariram yopa antare sancharam yamapo naviduh yasya tejas shariram yas tejo antare sancharam yam tejo naveda यस्य वायु शरीरं यो वायुमन्तरे संचरं यं वायुर्नवेद यस्य आकाश शरीरं यं आकाशमन्तरे संचरं यं आकाशो नवेद यस्य मनः शरीरं यो मनोमन्तरे संचरं यं मनो नवेद यस्य बुद्धि शरीरं यो बुद्धिमन्तरे संचरं यं बुद्धिर्नवेद यस्य अहंकार शरीरं यो अहंकारान्तरे संचरं यं अहंकारं नवेद यस्य चित्तं शरीरं यश्चित्तमन्तरे संचरं यं चित्तं नवेद यस्य अव्यक्तं शरीरं यो अव्यक्तमन्तरे संचरं अव्यक्तं यं नवेद यस्याक्षरं शरीरं यो अक्षरमन्तरे संचरं यं अक्षरं नवेद यस्य मन्युः शरीरं यो मन्युमन्तरे संचरं यं मृत्युं नवेद य एष सर्वभूतान्तरात्मा अपहत पाप्मा दिव्यो एको देवः नारायणः अहं ममेति यो भावो देहाक्षादौ अनात्मनि अध्यासोऽयं निरस्तव्यः विदुषा ब्रह्मनिष्ठया. Repeat. Now, this mantra looks very long, but it's very simple and very straightforward. This is called as the Adhyaropa. Adhyaropa means superimposition for us to recognize something which is unknown. It's called Adhyaropa. See, the examples given in Vedanta are that of the snake and the rope. Now, when this example is given, what is meant is the process of superimposition and desuperimposition. So, what we have to do? We don't have to do Adhyaropa. We have to understand this is Adhyaropa. See, like man. Now, this man carries the conditioning of the wife. So, husband is superimposed on the man. See. Then this man carries the conditioning of the father-in-law. Then the son-in-law is superimposed on that man. So when this man who got married to some girl became a husband, so one superimposition husband, one lord. Second superimposition, he has become a son-in-law, second lord. Then after some time, third superimposition, a child is born. A common enemy for the husband and wife, which keeps the husband and wife together, is called as a child. See, it is said that the politicians divide us, the terrorists unite us. Therefore, let us invite the terrorists. In the same manner, husband and wife, when there are only two of them together, there is every chance of constant fight. But if a child is born, he becomes a common enemy for both of them, and they have to fight with him. And therefore they get united. You see, it is called a superimposition. Otherwise, he was a happy man. See? Now, why? Who becomes miserable? It is never the man. It is superimposed entity called as the husband. It is the superimposed entity called as the son-in-law. It is the superimposed entity that the father. See, in this manner, when we are able to recognize what is the reality and what is the superimposed virtual reality. See, friends, this is what is called as superimposed. But normally, what we hear, those who are professional listeners. See, professional listener means any satsang, any Mahatma comes like the chair they are. And it is a challenge for the Mahatma. Try to change me. Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punah. Nobody can change me till then. You try. So, those who have not interacted properly with the scriptural examples, etc., they are mechanically listening. Now see, when the snake and the rope is meant, we have never seen the snake and rope anywhere. It's just an example. See? But when it goes inside without understanding, a dumb kind of Vedanta student, he went somewhere and he wanted to tie down, his bedding. So he wanted a rope. And a snake was going. He said, it has to be a rope because snake and the rope. If you catch hold of the rope as a snake, there is less danger. But if you catch hold of a snake as a rope, then there is a danger for the snake. Because you got hold of it. So superimposition, de-superimposition means two things. The substratum is the actual reality and superimposition is the virtual reality. Virtual reality appears but is not. Get this point across. See? There are three things. One is existence. Second is non-existence. And third is appearance. Existence, this mic stand exists. Then the horn on my head do not exist. When I was talking to some children about this topic, one child was totally indifferent. Then I asked him, tell me what did I tell? Yes, I know what you told. Tell me. That mic exists. Very good. You are listening, of course. And then the horns don't exist. He didn't stop there. He said the horns don't exist as on now. Who knows? They may appear after some time. So the appearance which is not there is called as an illusion. So here the superimposition is an illusion. The illusory existence. See? Like when we are purchasing the gold, but we say we have purchased the ornaments. Actually, we have purchased the gold. So gold is becoming secondary and the superimposed names and forms and utilities, that is becoming primary. In this manner, the superimposition has to be understood. So, when we are dealing with our day-to-day experiences, if we become aware, are we dealing with the superimposed entity or the actual one? Then we will come to discover that in 99% of the cases, we are miserable as superimposed entity and not the real one. So what will be the spiritual practice? De-superimpose. So the moment you become miserable, find out who has become miserable. I as a husband has become miserable. I as a wife has become miserable. I as a daughter-in-law has become miserable. And when you come to know, immediately your miseries will disappear. Because then you know that who is miserable is not the real one. It is only the virtual reality. Therefore, Adhyasoyam nirastavyaha, all the spiritual practice is de-superimposition. And for that, first the data is given. Antasharire nihito guhayam ajaha ekaha. Antasharire, in the body. Now see, it is said something like this. In the body of the north is existing the space. See, in the body of the ornament is existing the gold. In the body of the pot is existing the clay. Because where is our attention? Our attention is on the directions. We are all the time talking about north, east, west, south. So what the teacher has to do? Whatever we are seeing, that alone can be taken as a reference point. So the teacher will say that what you are seeing as the east, north, south, so in the body of the east is the space. In the body of the ornament is the gold. See, so here the same technique is used. Antasharire. Sharira is that it can be disintegrated. Shiryamanatvat shariram. So the golden ornaments can be disintegrated, but the gold remains undisintegrated as it is. Therefore, the superimposition is a condition which is subject to disintegration if properly inquired and analyzed. Therefore, here, sharire, antasharire, in the heart or in the body, nihitaha, guhayam, in the guha. Guha means not a Bengali. Bengali title is guha. Guha means the Panchakosha. We have studied this in the third chapter of Panchadashi, where we studied the Panchakosha Viveka. So, Upanishad also says in case of the Taittiriya Upanishad, Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanna Sohoshnute Sarvan Kamansa Brahmana Vipachiteti. So, this Guha means the Panchakoshas. So, Antasharire Nihito Guhayam Ajaha, the one who is unborn. See, gold is unborn, ornaments are born. Clay is unborn, the pots are born. Ajaha, ekaha. And this principle is not one per head. It is one without a second. Now see, in the heart or in the bodies of all the ornaments, there is one unborn gold. This is the example. In the same manner, in the bodies of everything that is known to us objectively, subjectively, parokshataha, pratyakshataha, in the bodies of everything, there is but one reality, and it is unborn, uncreated, therefore it is beyond the cause and effect relationship. See friends, one of the most important arrow mark to the reality is, it is beyond cause and effect. And how do we go beyond cause and effect? Simplest technique. the simplest technique is the surrender or absolute devotion to the divine will. The Gita Press founder, one day he said, the world moves according to my will. So the people around him, they felt, today Vyasenti is talking like this, he never talks like this. Everything is moving because of my will. So somebody asked, sir, we are not able to understand. He said, Avi ne baat mein batayenge, we'll see later. Now everybody was thinking, how he has become suddenly like that? He is so humble and submissive. And it is. Then after 3-4 days he said, you know why everything is happening according to my will? Because my will is not different from God's will. How simple life becomes. If we just learn this simple technique, surrender to the divine will is the only way to transcend the cause and effect catch. Therefore, these two words I tell you, intelligent and intellectuals. Intellectuals create cause and effect and get caught up and suffer. And intelligent people, they go or they transcend the cause and effect. So here the teacher says, Anta Sharire Nito Guhayam Ajaha Ekaha, and Nitya and eternal. Now when it is said Anta Sharire, we will start finding out which are the bodies. See, it is something like, when we listen to the Asura Sampad Vibhaga Yogona, the bad people in this world, Bhagavad Gita, they are very egoist. My mother-in-law, and they are very cruel. I know, like my boss, and they are cheating. Like the ministers, and they are corrupt. Yes, like the government. Immediately examples can come in front of us. And when the discussion is about Amanitvam, Adammitvam, Ahimsa, Kshatirardham, correct? About me they are talking. All the goodies, example is me. And all terrible example is the world. So here, Anta Sharire Neto Vayam Ajaha Ekaha Nityam. So, this Paramatma is in the body of everything. In that everything, we don't include us. Because I am someone extraordinary, not ordinary. And therefore the teacher begins here, Asya Prithvi Shariram. So where do you find out this Paramatma? In the 10th chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna has given Arjuna 73 addresses. Pandavanam Dhananjaya, among the mountains and the Himalayas, among the rivers and the Ganges, among the months and the Margashirsha. So many. In the same manner, what are the things that we see in this world objectively? The first is Prithvi. So, Asya Prithvi Shariram. The Prithvi is the body of this Eka Aja, the one unborn reality. And Yaha Prithvim Antare Sancharan. And this Paramatma Tattva is Sancharan, is permeating the whole Prithvi. Like the gold is permeating the whole ornaments. It's not only in the head part of the ornament there is gold, and in the tail part there is no gold. No. It is permeating in and through the total name and the form. In the same manner, Asya Prithvi Shariram, Yaha Prithvim Antare Sancharan. He resides inside the earth, the Prithvi. Yam Prithvim na Veda, but the Prithvi doesn't know that. See? Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. After having told First, what the world is, Urdhva Mula Manashakam. Then what is the spiritual practice is, Nirmana Moha Jita Sangha Dosha. Then what the Jiva is, Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. And thereafter, the teacher tells, this Paramatma cannot be known by any Tom, Dick and Harry unless he is purified and he has clarity in understanding and purity of mind. And he who has attained this, he is given now the pointers. Now see, try to apply your knowledge. See friends. One is knowledge, second is application of that knowledge. Knowledge is basic science and application of the basic science is technology. So what is the knowledge? Knowledge is that Eka Antah Sharire Nihito Guhayam Ajaha Ekaha Nityam Asya Prithvi Shariram. So this is the knowledge. Now this knowledge has to be applied. So this application of the knowledge is shown in Bhagavad Gita 15th chapter. There the Bhagavan tells that he who is purified in his mind and intellect, he can see me. Where? Then he gives examples. Yadadityagatam tejaha jagat asayate kilam yat chandramasi yaccha agnau tattejo vidhimamakam. So the sun is the body of Paramatma. And in that body of Paramatma, the sun, the God is expressing as Tejas. Then the moon is my body and I reside in the moon, meaning I am expressing through the moon. And then the fire is my body and in that fire I exist. And then I express through that fire. In this manner he starts giving his various bodies. Yada Nityagatam Tejaha Jagat Bhate Hinam Yat Chandramasi Yatcha Agnau Tat Tejo Vidhimamakam. Then Gam Avishyacha Bhutani, Gam is Prithvi. So having entered the earth, Gam Avishyacha Bhutani Dharayamyaham Ojasa, I sustain the beings by the ojas. So, in the sun, I am expressing as the light. In the moon, I am expressing as the amrita. In the fire, I am expressing as the heat. In the earth, I am expressing as the ojas by which life can be sustained. Gama Vishricha Bhutani Dharayamyaham Ojasa Kushnami Cha Aushadi Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. And thereafter Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamajritaha. Then I express as Vaishwanara the digestion fire in all the beings and Pachamindam Chaturvidam, and I digest 4 kinds of foods. And thereafter Sarvasya Chaham Hrudi Sannivishtaha. Now if you want to see me, I am in the hearts of everyone. See? And what do I do? The 3 things. Mattaha Smriti Jnanam Apoharamcha. I sustain, I am in the waking as the waker, I am the dreamer in the dream, I am the pragya in the deep sleep. So these are my houses. See, the basic difference is Paramatma and the manifestation of Paramatma. Cause is always unknown and it is established with reference to the effect. Paramatma is the cause of this world, will remain unknown. When we look at the world, then only the question comes, who created this world? When we look at the child, then the question comes, who is your father? If there is no child, can we ask, who is your father? Kiska? Pata nahi. See? In this manner, Sharira, the body, means a place where the truth is manifested. See? So in our usual example which I give, the bulb is the body of electricity. The fan is the body of electricity. The heater is the body of electricity. So similarly, here, anta sharire nihitu guhayam aja eko nityam asya prithvi shariram. So, yaha prithvim antare sancharanam. Now this Paramatma is permeating, it is a substratum of this earth, yam prithvim na veda, but the earth doesn't know it. Like the bulb, light can illuminate everything, but it cannot illuminate the electrical energy. Like our eyes can illuminate all the colors and forms, but the eyes cannot illuminate what the mind is like. Because mind is expressing through the eyes as vision. So for the mind, eyes is the shariram. For the mind, ears is the shariram. See, get this point. So shariram is a place of manifestation. And it is being shariram, it is subject to disintegration. Bulb can become fused. Electricity doesn't become fused. Your car may break. The petrol never breaks. In this manner, Prithvi antare sancharan yam prithvim naveda. Similarly, yasya apaha shariram. So, the waters are his body. Yaha apo antare sancharan. This Paramatma is permeating the water, and the attribute, the qualities of the water are maintained because of this Paramatma. Yam apona viduhu. But the water doesn't recognize these. See, friends. So these 5 tanmatras, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, with reference to the space, air, the fire, water and the earth, they are the manifestation of the divinity in these 5 great elements, Mahabhutas. So, yasya apaha shariram yo apo antare sancharan yam apo na viduhu. Similarly, yasya tejaha shariram yas tejo antare sancharan yam tejo na veda. So the same reality is supporting the fire, and because of this only the fire is the fire, but the fire doesn't know. Now we all have studied a lot of Upanishad. Let us flash back, not flush back. Let us flash back our study with reference to the Kenopanishad. In Kenopanishad the story comes. When the war between the Suras and Asuras was won by the Suras, the Devatas became very arrogant. Because of me, we defeated the Asuras. Because of me. And when this happened, then the Yaksha Bhagavan, Brahman, the reality, manifests in the form of most adorable form of the divine. And when he is standing there fearlessly, the Devatas are surprised. We are the victorious ones. Who dare can stand fearlessly in front of us? Who is that fellow? So, how to know that? So, the fire says, of course I can go and know it. And okay, go and know it. And when he goes, he is totally a failure. He couldn't know because the examination was taken. What is your power? My power, I can burn everything to ashes. Try this blade of grass with a dew drop on the tip of it. So it starts pouring the heat. The fire is pouring heat. 10 degrees, 20, 100, 200, 1,000, million degrees. But the blade of grass doesn't get burned, nor the dew drop gets evaporated. Becomes frustrated, goes back, I don't know who is this Yaksha. Then the other god, the Vayu, say, I told you, you always make him the chief minister. I am a better candidate. Have you understood how much scams he has done? Now I am telling. And thereafter, the Vayu goes. And again the same, what can you do? What I can do? I can lift the whole world. Really? Lift this blade of grass. And he cannot lift that blade of grass. He also comes back. Then these two chief minister candidates, they unite together. We have forgotten all our differences. We have become one. Because we are both defeated. This story has this reference. The fire doesn't know because of whom the fire has the heat. The air doesn't know because of whom the air has the capacity to touch. This is what is brought out here. In the same manner, the eyes will never know what the mind is. The mind will never know what the consciousness is. See, friends. Therefore, yasya apaha shariram yo apo antare sancharam yam apo na viduhu. Yasya tejaha shariram yas tejo antare sancharam yam tejo na veda. Similarly, the fire doesn't know what is this reality. It is supporting the heat in the fire. There was one scientist and his illiterate mother. So he told his mother, Mama, I have decided to create a solution. I have nearly reached there. I create a solution which will dissolve everything in this world. And I got a lot of grants and very much name and fame. So many papers I have published. The illiterate mother, she said, Beta, that is all true. If you want to create some solution which will dissolve everything, where will you keep it? Basmasur. So, the fire doesn't know. Then, yasya vayuhu shariram yo vayu antare sanjaranyam yo vayu naveda yasya akashaha shariram. The akasha, the space is his body, but the space doesn't know, although the space is supported by this reality. Yasya manaha shariram. It is the mind alone in which the Paramatma is manifested, Sankalpa Vikalpa, but the mind doesn't know this reality. Yasya buddhi shariram, yo buddhimantare sanjaram, sanjaranyan buddhirna veda. He who is residing in the intellect, but the intellect cannot know. Yasya ahankara shariram. He is ahankar, the ahankar tattva is his body, but the ahankare antare sancharan, or the supporting the ahankar tattva, this ahankar doesn't know. Yasya chittam shariram. He is abiding, living in the chitta, but the chitta doesn't know. Yasya avyaktam shariram. He is residing in the prakriti, avyakta, but the prakriti doesn't know. Yasya aksharam shariram yo aksharam antare sancharan yam aksharam na veda. The Ishvara or the Jiva is the body wherein the Paramatma is manifesting as Ishvara or the Jiva, but both the Ishvara and the Jiva do not know. Yasya mrityuhu shariram yo mrityumantare sancharan yan mrityurna veda. He whose mrityu, the death is his body, but the death doesn't know that what is that which is making the death exist. And in this manner, sa esha sarva bhutantaratma apata papma divyo eko devaha narayana. Thus, there is one reality which is supporting the total causal world and the effect world. Be very attentive. What is said to summarize, this world is nothing but 2-3 tier manifestation. Object, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Where are they residing? All the objects are existing in the sense organs. See, if somebody is deaf, the sounds have no existence for him. If somebody is blind, the colors and forms have no existence for him. Okay? So where are all these objects? They are residing in the sense organs. Where are the sense organs? Sense organs are residing in the mind. Doesn't it happen many times? We are sitting here, we are hearing, but we are not listening. Because The mind is not behind the ears. Ears being the hearing ability, they go on hearing. But if the mind is not there, no knowledge takes place. So where are all the sense organs? They are in the mind. And what is the mind? Mind is the manifestation of the conscious principle. So what is the mind? Mind is nothing but the consciousness manifested. Therefore, where is the whole world? The whole world is in the pure consciousness. But what happens? We are so much lost in the objective world that we are not even aware of our own sense organs. See? We know that eating this food is not good for me. I am putting too much of weight. I have become like a mini buffalo. And yet, when the food comes, we are so much enslaved that we want to eat. And after every lunch or dinner, every day the same story. So we are not living even at the level of the sense organs. We are buried in the objective world. And if we see our own life, what we have done in our life, only gathered things, created relations. And our life is nothing but like a mule who is carrying the possessions and who is overloaded by relations. And when we carry this load of relations and possessions in the old age, we bend down. Babaji, what happened? There is no load on your head. Why are you bending down? No, it is adrishya. See, friends. Therefore, Esha Sarva Bhutantaratma, when we are able to recognize this principle. And how do we recognize? Kathopanishad says this. See? Yacchedvang manasi prajna, tad yacched jnana atmani, jnana atmani mahati niyacched, tad yacched shante atmani. First of all, withdraw from the waking world. Vak, the speech. Bring it to the mind. Tad yacched jnana atmani. Bring the mind in the individual intellect. Lead a life intelligently, not in a dull way, stupid way. Then that individual intellect merge it in the total intellect. Don't lead a life to create speciality or a personality. But the real life is lived when we dissolve our individuality. See, in the material world, creating a special status is called as the progress. On the spiritual path, dissolving our individuality and merging in the totality is the real spiritual progress. See, friends. In some place we were having lectures, and after, my lecture was over, another Bhavani lecture was over, then there was one professor, Rao. So, the announcer, he said, now I request Mr. Rao to come and deliver his speech. He said, first of all, I have to correct the announcer. I am not Mr. Rao, I am Dr. Rao. Upadhi, how you dare call me Mr. I have done PhD. Those who are good for nothing, they do PhD. I am very clear about it. Take basic degree and work hard and produce wealth. No, I want to do PhD. Those who are not able to face the world, they face the battle of business. Therefore, here we dissolve all our speciality. So, ya esha sarva bhutantaratma, and when we thus dissolve the individual intellect, that mahati niyacche, mahat tattva. Mahat tattva is the totality. See? So from the objective world we come to the sense organs. From the sense organs we come to the mind. From the mind we come to the intellect. From the individual intellect we merge in the total intellect. See? Merging in the total intellect means like Atmopammed sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va deva dukkham sa yogi paramomata. This state is called as merging in the total intellect. We no more live as an individual, but we are happy in the happiness of others, and we are able to extend a helping hand to a needy one. Like when we are happy, we want to share our happiness with others, and when we are miserable, disturbed, cared for, hurt, we expect a word of compassion, love from others. In the same manner, he who is able to be happy in the happiness of others, and he who is able to share the problems of others by serving them, he alone has gone beyond the individuality and merged with the totality. That is Mahati in nature. Friends, I'll give an example about this. There is one family somewhere, a very good, nice, well-established, respected family in a society. And they have one, like the elders, husband, wife, then the children, and the daughter-in-law. Now this daughter-in-law is pretty close to me. She told me, Swamiji, you please tell me, I want to get out of the mess of this family. I don't know what I do. I said, look here, I talk to anybody on two conditions. No discussion, no argument. If you utter one word, you will be deleted for good. I will never talk to you. Okay, Swami. I said, you come in. I took it. And there was one medical camp going on. So I said, you go there and serve. And I told the organizers, whatever work you want, you tell her. So according to her capacity, they have given her work and she worked. I said, now they have 2 camps in a month, second Sunday, and the fourth Sunday. So reserve this and go and serve. After 6 months, we will talk on this issue. Till then, no talking, provided you attended all the camps in 6 months. She did it. And then she told me, Swamiji, I don't know how to thank you. Now I have come to realize I have no problems. How come? She said, I have seen when I go and serve those people, how many problems people have in this world. Compared to that, I have 0 problems. I am ashamed to say that I have problems. Friends, to get out of your miseries, serve those who are miserable. Very simple technique. Then only we get out of the individuality. Otherwise, all the time concerned about, I got a pain here, I got a pain there. Ram, go and serve the society. See? Otherwise, the whole life is only me, my wife, my child. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Break that barrier. Expand. See? Then only our individuality will be dissolved. And when you do this thing, don't do it in such a manner that you go and become an important person over there. And keep trusting. Then there will be one more speciality on your head. Don't do that. Remain as unknown, unclaimed, sincere worker and see the joy of it. See, friends. Then only the individual intellect, the I, is dissolved in the total intellect, the samashti, the hiranyagarbha. Such masters who no more live as an individual, they alone are called as Mahatma. Those who are living at the individuality level, they are called as CH Atma. And those who are living at the totality level, they are called as Mahatma. See, Mahatmas are hardly any time talking about their life. Because they have no time. They are already merged with the totality. See? Therefore, this way, when we start migrating from the objective world to the sense organs, to the mind, to the individuality, to the totality. And after we have come to the totality, be very attentive, all the spiritual wealth in the form of siddhis will start manifesting in you. See? All the great masters, they live at the Pashyanti Vani level. We are all living at the level of the Vaikhari Vani. Khara means donkey. Vaikhari means a donkey's language. All the time about I. Then Madhyama Vani. Madhyama Vani, we get out of this gross world and we enter the subtle world. And then the Pashyanti Vani, we come to the Pashyanti Vani where the thought and the word are not separated. See, the thought and the word, they are not separated. In totality, it is called as the Hiranyagarbha. And at individuality level, it is called as the Pashyanti Vani. The Pashyanti Vani and Hiranyagarbha, same position in the totality, causal level and individuality, effect level. So all the great masters live at the Pashyanti Vani and the Hiranyagarbha, and therefore all the siddhis start manifesting in them. And when the siddhis start manifesting, then this is where the Maya starts playing its game. We forget and get lost again in this world. See? And how we forget and get lost in this world? We do the Samaj Seva in an organized manner. The moment organized Samaj Seva is done, NGOs are born, non-godly organizations. And thereafter, God becomes secondary and I becomes primary. Therefore, Upanishad says, Adhyatche Mahati Atmani, Adhyatche Shanti Atmani. Bypass the Prakriti. Otherwise, from the Mahat Tattva, the next step is Prakriti, Avyakta. The teacher said, don't go into Avyakta, you will go to sleep. So from the Mahat Tattva, bypass the Prakriti and Adhyatche Shanti Atmani in the absolute self. This is the path. To tailor this path, this whole big mantra is. So, Anta Sharire Niheto Guhayam Ajaha Ekaha Nityam Asya Prithvi Shariram. So the same Paramatma, like Yadaditya Gatam Tejo Jagat Bhasete Kilam Yakchandravasi Achagno Tattejo Vidhimamakam, then ultimately Sarvastachaham Hrudi Sannivishtaha Mattaha Smriti Jnanam Apohadancha, Mattaha Smriti Dream, Mattaha Jnanam Waking, Mattaha Apohanam Deep Sleep, Cha also Samadhi, Chakarat Samadhi. So all the experiences are supported by a common substratum. And this common substratum is Ajaha Ekaha Nityam, is unborn, uncreated, undying, unmodified. This is our essentiality. Therefore, Sa Esha Sarva Bhutantaratma Apahata Papma. He should not be recognized as a Jiva. This Jiva ki khichadi bana ke kha jao. Don't give too much importance to the Jiva. So, Apahata Papma, Divyo Devo Ekaha Narayanaha. See, Narayanaha, the one who is in the heart of the Nara, the one who is the Ayana, the one who is the abode of all the Naras is Narayana, meaning like the space. Space is inside everything and space alone contains everything. In the same manner, in this Chidakasha, the whole world is appearing as an appearance, but the truth is only the Narayana. And this Narayana, we are not able to recognize because Aham Mameti Yo Bhavo Deha Kshado Anatmani Aham Mama Iti Bhavaha. Ines and minus. Where Deha Aksha Adau, in the body, the sense organs, etc. Body meaning the Adhyatma Bhav, sense organs is together as the Jivatma Bhav. Till such time, we hold on to I am the body notion And in such time we hold on to, I am the Jiva notion, Adhyasoyam nirastavya. So this is the superimposition. See, this is not the truth. See, friends. And when we understand Vedanta spiritual practice is 24/7, number one. Vedanta spiritual practice is analyzing our own experience every moment. Number three, every experience of our life is a spiritual examination we have to face cheerfully and with confidence. Vedanta spiritual practice means after analysis of our own experiences, learn from it and grow wise. It is not mechanically reading, studying, no. It must be applied. That's what I told you in the beginning, that the basic science and then the applied science. So if the Vedanta is not applied in our life, we become Shushka Vedanti, only the lipstick Vedanti. And such lipstick Vedantis, they act as the human odomos, the mobile odomos. People run away from them because there is no rasa nishpatti. They have not digested this wisdom. See, friends. And therefore here the teacher says, Aham mameti yo bhavaha. So all the problem is only ultimately bottom line boiled down to this. Adhyatma bhav, I am the body notion, and Jivatma bhav, I am the Jiva, Anatmani, and both of them are not the same. See? Like husband is not the reality, the man is the reality. Wife is not the reality, the lady, the woman is the reality. See, this example I am repeating shamelessly. Maybe at least one day it may click to some husband. It's just like that, so simple it is. Therefore, aham mameti yo bhavo, deha kshado anatmani, adhyasoyam nirastavyaha. This superimposition has to be negated. Nirastavyaha, it has to be de-superimposed. That is why, when you are practicing your sadhana, I don't know what you do. If you are sitting quiet before the Lord, try playing meditation. Don't do meditation. How do you play meditation? You sit, for example. Now, today's meditation, I will become father and sit. Sit as a father for meditation. See what happens. All your kids will start bouncing on you. So much money, what will you do with that money? Ultimately, everything is going to come to us. But you don't give us, I want a new car, but you don't do it. What is happening? Father is being meditated. After you are sufficiently tortured, now de-superimposed. Now I am no more a father, but I am a father-in-law. Then a new serial will start. In that serial, you will get frustrated again. After you get sufficiently frustrated, switch off. Third channel. I am spiritual seeker. What spiritual seeker? What happened to Swami? I am not the body. Get buried, then in search. Then stop that serial and take the final one. I am nobody. The moment you take this position of remaining as nobody, you have done de-superimposition. Adhyasoyam nirastavya. All the possessions that we have, who has the possessions? Man doesn't have the possessions. The husband, the wife, the brother, the sister, the rich, the poor, they have the possessions. And when all possessions are discarded in the deep sleep, that time he is nobody. And when he is nobody, he can snore boldly. We cannot snore in waking state because we are somebody. Look at him. How can I snore like that? Then, once you sleep, who is where? Eko hum. I am one without a second. And therefore, the music begins. In this manner, Adhyasoyam nirastavyam vidusha brahmanishtaya. Now who can do this vidusha? By the wise one. Vidwan. And what is the technique? Brahmanishtaya. Come to cognize your essential nature. And what is the essential nature? Esha sarva bhutantaratma avadapama divyo ekadevo narayana. We are essentially divine. Come to discover. Our divinity is covered by these names and the forms of the world, the Panchakoshas and the addition of the possessions and the relations and the distance that we have created between us and the divine. Discard all these conditionings. And the moment these conditionings are discarded, we discover what was covered, our own divinity. It is for this purpose that this Upanishad will give us various techniques and what is the meaning of the jnana sadhana. The spiritual practice according to knowledge is different. Spiritual practice according to the karma and upasana is different. In case of karma, kartrutva abhiman is maintained. In case of upasana, the jiva bhava is maintained. In case of jnana sadhana, both the kartrutva abhiman and the jiva bhavana, they are to be dissolved. And how this is possible? And it is possible in the subject matter we will take from tomorrow onwards. You can take these books. I hope that girl has come and will read it tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaha Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.